Welcome back to Shib everyone. This significant Shib info dump today has validated the Shiba Inu bull run. Although the Shiba Inu community is clearly happy with Shib's January success, as the month draws to a close, market concern has returned, particularly with reference to the company's February performance. Shiba Inu owners' portfolios will probably be most affected by the next FOMC meeting. Shiba Inu owners will be better able to comprehend how the FOMC meeting affects their portfolios if they have a solid idea of what it is. The federal funds rate modification is one of the main attractions of these meetings, which are held once every 3 weeks. Banks borrow money from the Federal Reserve at this interest rate. We'll discuss the Shiba Inu bull run in this video, which has been verified according to today's Shiba News. To view our most recent content, remember to give it a huge thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get the video started right now. The federal funds rate is a tool used by the Fed to maintain economic equilibrium. A lower rate makes borrowing more affordable, which facilitates access to money and improves the investment climate. Conversely, a higher rate deters investment and makes borrowing less alluring. As part of the Fed's quantitative tightening efforts to combat inflation, the federal funds rate increased for the most of 2022. Following the most recent FOMC meeting, Shiba Inu and the market as a whole saw a positive jump. This occurred because the Fed only raised interest rates by 50 basis points, or 0.5%, as opposed to 75 basis points, or 0.75%, in the announcement from the previous month. The lower FFR was seen by the market as an indication that the Fed was slowing down its aggressive rate hikes. Reports that the Fed was seeing success in its fight against inflation also accompanied this. The dates of the upcoming FOMC meeting are January 31st and February 1st. The Fed is expected to raise the FFR by 25 basis points, according to rumors. If this proves to be accurate, it might reinforce a positive outlook, which could lead to fresh buying pressure on Shib. Such a result would enable it to break over the barrier we saw at the price level of $0.1123 in the previous several days. Shiba Inu investors should anticipate a price spike of up to 14% to the next Fibonacci resistance line if a rally does take place. A higher-than-expected rate hike, however, would frighten investors and cause another sell-off in Shiba Inus. There could be a 10% or greater decline, which would bring it closer to or below its 200-day moving average. Occasionally, the market responds before the FOMC minutes are even made public. According to some theories, this is because those in positions of privilege are aware of the Fed's rate decision before it is formally announced. Because of this, certain market players could have privileged access, which enables them to respond appropriately. Remarkably, over the past 2 days, Shiba Inu's weighted mood index did show a minor increase. This could indicate that market optimism is returning. Given that expectations are now shifting towards a 25 basis point raise, this isn't necessarily proof that markets predict another jump. Over the past few days, price volatility has somewhat decreased, but there may be another spike in the works. This is due to the possibility of increased trading activity this week as a result of the FOMC data. A similar result is also highlighted by exchange flows. In the past few days, the supply on exchanges has drastically decreased, but the opposite is true for the supply outside of exchanges. A bearish turn is still possible, particularly if the FOMC chooses to raise rates more than expected. We should anticipate a rise in directional momentum following the release of the official data. The following trend will present chances for short-term gains, which Shib traders and investors can benefit from. Benzinga looked at the outlook for a few of investors' preferred stocks throughout the last week. The tech-heavy Nasdaq led the markets higher this week, continuing the positive sentiment that began 2023 on Wall Street. The Nasdaq ended the week up 4.32%, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 1.81%, and the S&P 500 up 2.47%. The Commerce Department said on Thursday that the fourth quarter growth in the U.S. GDP was 2.9%, which was higher than the 2.6% growth predicted by experts. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index increased 5% in December, according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis's data released on Friday. This was less than the 5.5% gain that economists had anticipated, and a decline from the 5.5% increase in November. The two most popular meme cryptocurrencies are Shib and Doge. While Doge is a cryptocurrency that was initially developed as a joke in 2013 but has since amassed a sizable following, Shib is a token on the Ethereum blockchain that is a component of the Shiba Inu project. Both are high-risk investments because of their notable price fluctuation. Dogecoin has been in circulation for a long time and was the first meme coin ever discovered. Speculative investments have caused huge rallies on numerous occasions, which have been followed by precipitous price declines. Since its launch in 2020, the Shiba Inu coin has positioned itself as a rival and parody of Dogecoin. During this time, Shiba Inu has increased in value more than Dogecoin, primarily because to the project's early phases of development. This indicates that while the danger is considerable, the possible reward is also high. Shiba Inu may also fail or experience only slight price growth, similar to other meme coins. Compared to Dogecoin, the Shiba Inu currency in 2023 has a bigger potential payout, but also a higher risk. Given the high level of risk associated with meme coins, Shiba Inu might be a better Dogecoin. Dogecoin, Doge, and Shiba Inu, Shib, two dog-themed meme coins, are among the most decentralized digital assets available, according to a top executive at investment firm Cyber Capital. Only 32 of the top 50 cryptocurrency assets, including Doge and Shib, are technically decentralized, according to Justin Bonds, the company's chief investment officer, who shared this information with his Twitter followers. "We can draw a line in the sand and provide a yes or no answer," he clarified, "even though decentralization exists on a continuum. Remember that what is true in theory may not be true in reality." After a strong start to the new year, the price of Shiba Inu is now declining. Given that the digital dog coin has increased by 60% since January 1st, Shiba Inu has established a new narrative for itself. Among the top Ethereum whales, Shiba Inu is the most accumulated token and the most used smart contract per whale stats. During the debut of the Shibarium beta, there has been a lot of conjecture about Shiba Inu. Satoshi Kusama, the lead developer, has alluded to the release of Shibarium on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Due to the hype around Shibarium, Whales has started buying Shiba Inu again after selling Shib till December. The most popular smart contract that top Ethereum whales have bought in the last 24 hours is Shiba Inu. At around 0,11204, Shib's price has increased by 2% over the past day. In the upcoming months, Shiba Inu can still rise significantly. There's little doubt that the introduction of Shibarium will raise awareness of Shiba Inu. With the new Layer 2 blockchain, there are many things to anticipate, such as faster transactions, more scalability, and reduced transaction costs. Additionally, Shibarium might open the door for the burning of trillions of tokens. Like other items, cryptocurrencies are subject to supply and demand laws. The price of SHIB tokens will rise if the supply is drastically reduced, while demand stays constant. Finbold claims that SHIB was the third most viewed cryptocurrency the previous year, indicating that interest in the cryptocurrency is still high. But Binance hasn't explained why it decided to take the coin off of some listings. According to certain sources, SHIB's poor liquidity is the cause. Even so, Binance has more pressing problems, particularly after pulling out of a last-minute agreement to save FTX, which raised questions about the exchange's viability. Nevertheless, despite the potential backlash from investors, Binance has announced large hirings, demonstrating their continued commitment to business expansion. That concludes today. To view our most recent content, remember to give it a huge thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to the channel.